welcome to all our P7s, shortly to become our new S1 pupils at the Berwickshire High School. Normally at this time of year we'd expect to see you in the building for a couple of days for a visit to get to know the building and the people in it. Because we can't do that this year, we've put together this virtual tour which will introduce you to the school. First of all, a wee message from one of our deputy head teachers, Miss Thompson.
Hello, welcome. My name's Miss Thompson and I'm one of the deputies here at Berwickshire High School. I wanted to say that I'm really sorry that we're not able to meet each other face to face at the moment, but let you know that we're really excited about you joining Berwickshire High School and becoming part of our school community. At Berwickshire High School, we want all of our young people to become outstanding individuals, and we believe that by being enthusiastic, committed, respectful, supportive and safe, we can all get there. Now I'll get to know some of you through being part of Douglas House, and you'll see me working alongside Mr Fleming and Miss Hills. However, for the rest of you, I will get to know you over the course of the year at S1 assemblies and other S1 events. So for now, enjoy your summer holidays and I look forward to meeting you soon. Take care.
When you come in the main doors of the building, you'll find yourself at the top of the canteen steps. Look up to your left and on the wall you'll find a handy map of the school building, which looks a wee bit like this. This map shows all the rooms and facilities on the ground floor of the building. This includes the art department, computing, business studies, pupil support, senior management and other offices, the main school office, janitor's office, the assembly hall, the music department and the place where we are going to go first, which is to the English and modern languages classrooms. Here are the teachers you're likely to meet along this corridor. Principal teacher Miss Curry, English teachers Mrs Caldock, Mrs Hughes, Miss Daly and Mr Huffman, and modern languages teachers Mrs Thompson, Miss Rowson and Miss Henri.
Good morning S1 and welcome to the English department. My name is Mrs Caldock and I'm one of the teachers here. We also have our head of department Miss Curry, Mr Huffman, Mrs Hughes and Miss Daly, but I'm going to be walking you through a little bit about the course today. In English you study a variety of texts. We like to focus on different text types including media, and we also do drama. We hope that you improve your confidence in written and spoken communication, and we use the E's and O's known as experiences and outcomes to try and trace this. As you come in from primary school, when you work in the English department with us, you are looking at improving your already there literacy levels. So you probably come in and we'll work hard together and have some feedback on that to improve as you go along. We learn about how to extend and enrich your vocabulary in English and develop your own style in creative writing. We also think about the views that you hold on to, and we practice debating and also your reaction to reading texts. Overall, we work really hard in the department to make you feel like you're improving and that with everything you're doing, you know where you are and you are pushing yourself to do better. Our expectation is that you try your best and that you just enjoy yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We push you to learn, but it must be a good experience. So we look forward to welcoming you there in August.
Bonjour! Dear S1s, as you will have guessed, I am French and I'll be one of the teachers that you'll get to meet as part of our modern languages department. My name is Miss Henri. There is also Mrs Thompson and Mrs Rawson. We are all very much looking forward to welcome you in Berwickshire High School. This year you will get the chance to learn French and Spanish. We will be doing some blocks, which means that first you'll be doing French and then we'll swap for Spanish, then we'll swap back to French and so on for a few weeks. By the end of the year you should be able to introduce yourself in both languages. That means saying what your name is, how old you are, saying where you live, but don't worry, we won't come and knock at your door, and we will also expect from you to describe your family. In class we will be doing a variety of activities. What we'd expect from you is that you develop 4 skills, so your talking, writing, reading and listening skills. We'll also try to challenge you a bit and expect from you to speak in French and in Spanish in class as much as possible. That's also what we'll be trying to do, just to try to immerse you a bit more in the culture. And we are very much indeed looking forward to welcoming you when we get to go back to school. So in the meantime, take care and we'll see you very soon. Bye!
Let's now take a walk along the English corridor and up the stairs to where you'll find the social subjects faculty. We're now on the top floor of the building, and in the classrooms coloured red, you'll find the social subjects teachers. Here they are. Principal teacher Miss Grant, Miss McAleese, Mr Stuck, Miss Ralston, Mrs Patterson and Mr Meadows.
Hello, and I'd like to welcome all the new first years to Berwickshire High School and to Social Subjects faculty. My name is Miss Grant and I'm Head of Social Subjects at Berwickshire High School. Just to give you a little overview of my department and what we're about, we have a range of subjects including geography, history, modern studies and religious studies. And as you go further up the scale, you'll get the option to do even more subjects such as travel and tourism and the Prince's Trust. So there's a whole range of options on offer in our faculty. Right, time for a quick tour. So first in our tour we have Mr Stuck's room here. He's one of our history teachers, and we have Miss McAleese's room, and she is one of our religious studies teachers. So that's the top end of. So here we are in the middle of the corridor, and we have Miss Patterson's room. She's one of our geography and modern studies teachers, and just over here we have my room, and I'm a history teacher and a modern studies teacher, and I'm also head of department. So here we are at the end of the corridor, and just behind me we have Mr Meadows' room, and Mr Meadows is a history and geography teacher, and opposite him we have Miss Ralston, who's our geography teacher. Hi, so when you enter first year social subjects, you'll have 3 periods of social subjects as well as 1 additional period of religious studies. When you enter into first year, you'll be studying a whole range of different topics, including building a nation, how Scotland was formed, earth forces, climate and the Scottish and British government. For religious studies, we're looking at philosophy for children, big questions, the role of Christmas, just to name but a few. As well in our faculty, we offer a range of extracurricular activities, usually in the form of trips. We have the S2 trip to York, we have the S3 trip to London, and these are part of the Activities Week programme. We also offer additional trips in more specialist subjects as further you get up to school, including the battlefields trip, the Auschwitz visit, and then various geography field trips.
Let's leave the social subjects faculty, walk round the corner, and we'll find ourselves in the home economics area, part of the health and well-being faculty.
Hello P7s, my name is Mr Harvey and a warm welcome to the Berwickshire High School Health and Wellbeing Department, which incorporates home economics and physical education.
So I'd like you to meet the whole faculty. This is Mrs Taylor, who teaches home economics. This is Mrs Hinnigan, who also teaches home economics. This is Mrs Rind, our HE technician. Moving on to the P department, this is Mrs Morrison. Also within the P department, we have Mr Murray.
Welcome to home economics. In this department, you'll find in the broad and general education phase S1, 2 and 3, you do a mixture of both practical and theory related subjects around nutrition, around health, and also around the skills of producing high quality food products. In the senior phase of home economics, we run a number of courses including hospitality, health and food and a child development course. In the home economics department we have 2 fully equipped teaching rooms where we do our practical courses, We also have a teaching room that we tend to use for theory and sometimes use for some fabric and textiles work. Within the home economics department, we have a garden where we grow our own produce that you can often use within your practical sessions to make some healthy and nutritious food products.
From the home economics department, let's head down these stairs here into the music department. In the music department, part of the expressive arts faculty, you'll find principal teacher Mr. Mabon, music teacher Mr. Playfair and music teacher Mrs. Montague. As well as these people, the school is visited by a team of instrumental teachers. Mr. Kennedy teaches brass instruments, Mr. Johnson strings, Mr. Milligan the guitar, Mrs. Warren cello, Mr. Redmond percussion and Miss Ewan woodwind instruments. If you'd like to learn one of these instruments, then please get in touch with me, Mr. Mabon, at the start of the new term. Within the music department, you'll find we have 2 music classrooms, each equipped with keyboards, guitars, bass guitars, drum kits and ukuleles. Throughout first year, you will learn how to play all of these instruments, as well as finding out about different styles of music and using some music technology. We have a number of music practice rooms for instrumental lessons and to allow pupils to practice, for example, the drum kit. As well as learning in the classroom, there are lots of opportunities to get involved in extracurricular music activities. If you play an instrument, you can play in one of our many bands and ensembles. For example, we have a brass band, a wind band, jazz band, folk band and more. You could also sing in the choir, or you might like to get involved in one of our regular musical theatre productions. Just to give you the idea, here's a little clip from last year's production of We Will Rock You, based on the music of Queen. Let's pop down the stairs and meet Mr. Harvey again, who'll tell us a little bit about the PE department.
Welcome to the PE department. In S1 you'll get 2 core periods of PE each week. During these core PE periods you'll do a variety of different activities. These are all practical activities and range from activities such as basketball, badminton, fitness, gymnastics, rugby, hockey and a number of other different activities. In the senior phase of physical education, we run a number of certificated courses. We run National 4, 5 and higher PE, as well as the Sports Coaching Awards. As well as your home economics and PE core lessons, you will also get a health and wellbeing lesson, one period a week. During this period, there's a real focus on your health and well-being, and we'll cover areas such as your mental, emotional and social and physical well-being. Some lessons will be practical, as well as the odd theory lesson. So this is the PE corridor, where you'll find all our changing rooms. There's 3 small changing rooms for the girls and 3 small changing rooms for the boys. I'll give you a little guided tour of what one of the changing rooms looks like very shortly. Okay, welcome to the Games Hall. This is our biggest facility and there's lots of activities that take place in here. We tend to have some basketball, we'll often play some badminton. There's the odd game of pinball goes on in here, sometimes some table tennis. Alright, it's a great big space and it's perfect for when we have larger groups. Okay, so welcome to our gym hall. As you can see, it's nicely equipped with lots of bars, ropes, benches, etc. So this is where we do all our gymnastics. We also use this area for dodgeball, which is a really popular favourite within the school. And again, you'll have opportunity to do that throughout your time. Welcome to the PE department's outside space. As you'll see in a moment or two, we've got a fully equipped AstroTurf where lots of hockey takes place, including lessons and fixtures. We also do some football on the AstroTurf at various times throughout the year. Behind me we've got the rugby pitches. There's 3 rugby pitches, 2 full-size and 1 mini-size pitch, and all our fixtures and again all our lessons take place on there. Alright, the smaller hockey pitch we sometimes use for fixtures. We also have a running track that will be put on over summer, as well as a tartan running track which is good for our sprinters. We run a wide range of extracurricular activities within the Health and Wellbeing Department. We have a number of sports that take place after school. These include netball, badminton, rugby and hockey. We play fixtures against other schools across the borders and indeed across Scotland, and a number of championships take place on an annual basis. We also do some extracurricular clubs during lunchtime. This includes a gardening club and also a fitness club. There's lots of different opportunities for you to get involved in some extracurricular activities, and of course we'll give you all the information and how you sign up when you arrive in August.
Walk along the PE corridor past the fitness suite and you'll find yourself in the canteen where you can buy your lunch. Walk through the canteen and you'll find yourself in the Technologies faculty with workshops on the lower ground floor and computing and business management classrooms on the ground floor. In the Technologies faculty you might meet Principal Teacher and Computing Teacher Mrs Marshall. There's also Mrs Brown, Miss Yates, Miss Brotherston and the Technical Technician Mr Pratt.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs Marshall, Head of Technologies, and I also teach computing. The Technologies faculty is really looking forward to teaching you when you join us as first years. You'll have 2 PEs per week for design and technology. One of those will be in the workshop where you'll be making items like a bird feeder and bookends, and you'll have 1 period a week in a graphics room where you'll learn how to sketch using 1-point perspective, and you'll also learn how to use computer-aided design software. You'll also have 1 period per week for computing, and in that you'll learn how to make computer games, animations, databases and websites. And in second year you'll have the opportunity to study business. Once again, really looking forward to meeting you all.
Upstairs at the end of the Technologies corridor and you'll find yourself in the Art department. There are 2 classrooms in the Art department, each equipped with a wide range of resources. In addition, there is a clay room with its own kiln. Throughout S1, you will be given lots of opportunities to use a range of media, from the traditional pencil and paints through to clay and even technology, either iPad or computer based. As well as courses in art and design, the art department offers courses in photography, and this is something you might get the chance to do too. You will learn about different styles of art and a little bit about different artists, and some of your work might even be displayed in the art department or around the school. Let's leave the art department, let's walk along the corridor past the computing and business management classrooms, up the stairs to where we'll find the science faculty. Round the corner from the science department we have the maths classrooms, where you might meet Head of Department Miss Brown, Mrs Moore, Mrs Keneally and Mr Simpson. And here's Mr Simpson to give you his own guided tour.
Okay, welcome to the maths department. As you can see, we're up on the top floor, and as you come along the corridor towards the maths department, and let's remember, maths is the only subject that counts, so it's very important. We come along the maths corridor, and it doesn't look like anything different than any other department in the school. However, we have a little maths staff base here where all your teachers go to get coffee, and we keep all of our resources and things. And as we come along, you'll see we have a lovely sign that says welcome to maths, which is true. You are very welcome here. Something you can take part in is our S1 and S2 puzzle of the week, where there are prizes, so worth getting involved. And here's our first classroom. We'll have a quick sneaky look in through the door. What can we see through here? It looks like a maths classroom, but we'll take you to see a classroom now. Lots of things in the corridor telling you all about maths, and who needs this? A question that everybody asks, and not a difficult question to answer, but there's some posters there that will help you. Just to let you see what a maths classroom at Berwickshire High School looks like, we'll go in through the door, and here we are. That's where teacher's desk is, and this is what it looks like in the classroom. Rows of desks. There's some stuff up on the walls that have been done by pupils. We're very keen to get stuff by pupils up on the walls. One of our big teaching resources is the new Apple TVs, which we use a lot in the maths department, but we still have a whiteboard which we can use as well. So, maths department generally, like most classes, are kitted out with technology, which we use quite a lot of, as I've said, and a bit of working at desks. Quick introduction then.
Now that we've had a look around some of the subject areas of the school, let's meet the guidance teachers. There's Mrs. Kennedy, Mr. Ash and Mr. Fleming.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Kennedy, the guidance teacher for Hume House at Berwickshire High School. We're really looking forward to seeing you when you come up. We're really sorry that Transitions programme hasn't turned out as planned. You should have now seen the Transitions booklet, and in there is the email address for the Berwickshire High School. If there are any concerns from you or your parents, please make sure you give us an email and somebody will be in touch. We hope by the summer holidays you will have had a chat with your guidance teacher over the phone or through Teams. We look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Hi there, I'm Mr. Ash and I am the guidance teacher for Scott House, and we are red in colour. When you come up to Berwickshire High School, one of the things you'll get from your guidance teacher is 1 period a week of PSE, which is social education, and we are really looking forward to seeing you.
Hello, my name is Jack Fleming. I'm guidance teacher for Douglas House, who, as you can see, are blue. When you come into Berwickshire High School, each person will get their own guidance teacher. We also have pupil support assistants who help us with our job.
Finally, let's meet some of the other friendly faces you might see around the school. Mr. Smith is the principal teacher of the Complex Needs Department. There are additional needs assistants, Mrs. Simpson, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Trace, Mrs. Lackenby, Mrs. Haste, Mrs. Ratto, Miss Lister, and teachers Mrs. Shields and Mrs. Smith. Principal Teacher of Pupil Support, Mrs. Huffman, Mr. Tennant in Learning Support, Miss Lindsay. There's also Miss Bunyan in the office, who works with Mrs. Turnbull and Mrs. Gregory to keep the school running. And Mrs. Warnock is a very important person with her fantastic team of cleaners to keep the school looking spick and span. Here are additional needs assistants Mrs. Bell, Mr. Aitken and Mr. Connor. We also have the school nurse, Mrs. Skinner. We also have in school at the moment 2 PSAs or pupil support assistants, Mrs. Hills and Mrs. Wood. They support the guidance staff and they will help you if you encounter any problems around the school. Well, I hope you've enjoyed having a look around the Berwickshire High School and seeing some of the faces of the staff that you'll meet when you're a pupil here. We all look forward to welcoming you here to the school. Hopefully it won't be too long before you can see some of these people face to face. And we're going to finish just by showing you some pictures of the school and the grounds. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye bye.